and you're at Crypticon. Oh boy.
Oh.
Everybody, I was asked this question. Who are the top 3 people that I admired and looked up to in my career? And I'm going to go with number 1, Buddy Joe Hooker, who I saw at a meet and greet. And it kind of made up my mind. I want to try this for real. And after many, many years of hard work and stuff, I finally was able to make a living at it. So many other people were involved in this. Too many to mention, but I had a lot of help. Gene LaBelle, who's no longer with us, got me my first job, sight unseen, and that started. Gene LaBelle was a famous stuntman, and he helped me out a lot. And from there, I did this little movie called Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2.
Oh.
And it was an unbelievable experience. And that started, it was a great job for me. And, but I want you guys to know I'm at Crypticon. I want you to come see me if you're seeing this. Come on down. They got a lot of people here that you'd love to meet. Caroline Williams is right across from me, a lovely actress. And so this is it. Bob Elmore signing off, and hey, come and see me.
Hi, my name is Terry Kaiser. I'm really best known for, well, Weekend at Bernie's, of course, Bernie himself, and Dr. Bad News Killing, Friday the 13th, Part 7. Who left a strong impression on me and my development of my craft throughout the years. I did a show with Carol Burnett, the icon comedy, and I was working with her, and I said, now I don't know, maybe I should have an accent with this character, or he should wear, a coat that she says, stand up. I said, what? She says, stand up. So I got up and she says, now do it. Do it. In other words, physicalize it. Stop the chatter in the head and physicalize what you're doing, because something will happen. She says, trust it. Something will happen and we'll make it funny. And she all of a sudden was up there, and I got her finger and I started sucking her finger and stuff, and people started laughing, and I said, it works. So I guess the lesson, when you're acting, you have to stop this up here and go into the physicality of what it is. A great lesson that I will remember always. Thank you, Carol Burnett.
All right.
Hi there, this is Lisa Wilcox here from A Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master, and Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child, and also tons of other stuff from soap operas and, oh my goodness, episodic, sitcoms, you name it, I've done it. And I'd like to say the reason why I love acting and why I keep doing it is because I love to tell a story through a character. And I love playing characters. And even better is when I get to play a character that inspires people, like they're going through a terrible time. And for instance, Alice has helped so many people from her strength, fighting the bully, not being scared, finding the strength within her. What a great story to share with the world, and then hopefully do it well, so it inspires people. So that's why I love acting. There you go. Anyway, check out Crypticon Minneapolis. It's fantastic.
I'm Andras Jones from Nightmare on Elm Street, Part 4, The Dream Master, Sorority Babes and the Slime Ball Bowlerama, Night Trap, The Attic Expedition, so many films. And I'm supposed to talk about 3 artists that have inspired me. And I would say in the realm of film, I would say the films of Warren Beatty. He's one of my favorite directors, producers, film artists. Much underappreciated, I think, as a film artist. Musically, probably the music of The Who would be one of the things that sustained me as an artist. It definitely has inspired my own music, my own records here, which I'm here to play music from. And then
put the jinx on.
Let's say the books of Gore Vidal. The books of Gore Vidal, I find there's so many to choose from. There's always going to be someone left out, but I think his books are particularly, again, underappreciated. I don't know a lot of people who read them currently, and I think they're definitely worth checking out.
All right. What do you think?
Hey everybody, voice actor Brian Dobson here, and I have been poised with the ultimate question as to who has influenced me with all this voice stuff over the years. And well, I think right out of the gate, I'd have to start with Mel Blanc because, well, what a guy. He voiced all of those cartoons for Looney Tunes and everything beyond. Like, it was just an incredible task that he took on and did it so very well. I've also been a big fan of James Earl Jones. He was an influence for me to do my Lego Star Wars character Vader, and well, it's paid off, should I say that. There's been so many people that have been part of the makeup that kind of helps me get structure for what I do in this industry, and there are just a couple that really have been a guiding line for me to do what I do. So thanks for listening. I'm here at Crypticon, and I am Crypticon. Thanks to Brian Dobson.
Oh.
Hey, this is Jameson Newlander. I was Alan Frog, one of the famous vampire hunting Frog brothers in the Lost Boys in the 80s. And so I have some inspirations that they're really actors mostly. There's Dustin Hoffman was a really big, you know, he just, you know, I don't know, I just thought he was so amazing, you know. And then also along those same lines, Robert De Niro was someone I really tried to imitate and be like, you know, some of the stuff in Lost Boys, you can see I'm sort of have that kind of New York edge, and I really wasn't from New York, it was just from watching De Niro. Another, you know, it's another man, but he's comedy, Michael J. Fox. When I watched Michael J. Fox, like in, you know, Family Ties and Back to the Future, I just was blown away. I thought it was so funny, and I wanted to be like him. So.
Go.
Hi, I'm Beatrice Buckley, best known in the horror world as Mama Kruger, Amanda Kruger, Freddy Krueger's mom in Nightmare on Elm Street 5, the Dream Child. And the people that inspired me to stay in the business or stick with it, I have a little soundtrack in the background. But the first one is Sally Field. I remember watching her as a little kid, when I was a little kid, you know, watching her in The Flying Nun and then Gidget, and she was this, you know, silly, young, fun little actress, but she clearly was a very serious and talented actress. She went on to do so many films that we love. Places in the Heart, especially that one, really inspired me. Mrs. Doubtfire, Forrest Gump, we can't forget, but she just has had such a long-lasting career and has, you know, gone on and grown as an actress, grown as a person, grown as a performer. She really inspires me. Another one that inspires me, similar, is Ron Howard, you know, and watching him as little Opie growing up, you know, and then come on, with Fonzie. What's the movie with Fonzie? Come on, you guys. Saturday Night. No.
Dang, I got.
Dude.
Oh, come
Danny,
on, man.
Danny, what was the Fonzie in? What was the movie? What was the TV show? Happy Days. Happy Days. Thank you.
Yep.
Happy Days. You know, he was amazing in Happy Days, and then he goes on to continue to be like this phenomenal director. All the movies that he's directed, he again stuck through with the business, transformed himself throughout. He's a huge inspiration to me.
All right.
And then Meryl Streep. I mean, I know that's kind of a cheaty thing to say, but she's just a phenomenal actress, and she, you know, again, she has just been going and going and going, and keeps finding different ways to surprise us with the characters that she comes up with. So, I mean, there's a lot of people that inspire me, but I think Ron Howard, Sally Field, and Meryl Streep will be my 3 answers for today.
Alrighty.
So the 3 actors that have kept kept me going or inspired me to keep going?
Yeah, actors or whatever that inspired you to keep going.
Okay. I would have to. Do I introduce myself or anything?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, well, hello. I'm Beatrice Buckley. Most people know me as, in this industry, most people know me as Freddy Krueger's mama, Mama Krueger, yeah, from Nightmare on Elm Street 5. And yeah, I think the actors that inspired me the most to keep going, one of them is Sally Field, because I remember watching her as a little kid as the flying nun, and you know, I'm all about the nuns. No, I'm just kidding. No, but flying nun, you know, and she's transformed so many times in her life and it's kept going. You know, she kind of from this, you know, flying nun to all these beautiful movies. Now I'm not going to embarrass myself by saying the wrong names. I can think of all the movies, I can picture her in them, but I don't want to say the names. But she's been in so many amazing movies. Can we start over? I hated that. Have you seen the little turtle that rides on the skateboard and chases his cat around?
No.
Have you seen? On like, I think it's like on Instagram, there's a little turtle, like a real live turtle, and they gave it like a little, they gave it a little skateboard, and you can zoom around.
Get yourself a little box turtle.
Right? To put that on.
You can tell your husband, I have to now. John gave me this guy.
I know it. I need a little baby turtle. Do we have an Elm Street one on there?
If not, I can get one.
Here, you be looking.
Go, Mr. Kevin. Do you?
So
Oh.
you gotta talk to me and say.
Oh, say your name and who you are, and explain like all the movies you've done, and you can just say, "Welcome to Crypticon" or "Catch your Crypticon."
Hi gang, I'm Kevin Spiritus here at Crypticon. Welcome and come see what I've done. Friday the 13th, Subspecies, Days of Our Lives. See you later.
What is your inspiration to keep going with this? Like, what was your inspiration that made you keep doing this?
Well, that means in this industry, which can be crazy at best. For one, my love of God and my spirituality, and just my love of people. I think that the horror genre, it's a whole different sector of human beings, and everybody, you know, has their own vibe, and I just really get off on just kind of being in a place where everybody's celebrating their own personal interests, you know. I always say to people that some of the most loyal fans are soap opera fans and horror fans, because they can tell you what you said 2 years ago.
Oh, that's true.
On some shit, and you know, you don't even remember, but they know it word for word. So yeah, I'm just having a really good time, and yeah, I love vibing with the crowd.
Alrighty. And go.
Hi, I'm Isabel Cueva, and my three favorite actresses or actors, that's a really hard choice for me because I love so many, but Meryl Streep is just incredible. I love Glenn Close as well. They're so inspirational to me because they just transform. But I also love Daniel Day-Lewis. So those three are probably on my top always, because they inspire me how they completely transform in body, voice, and every element of creating a character. So I am very grateful for their performances, and I take from them a lot. So we are at Crypticon Minnesota in Minneapolis, so come and say hello this weekend.
Go.
Hi, I'm Caroline Williams. We're here at Crypticon, Minnesota. It is awesome. We're having a great time. And the question I was asked is, what are the three things that have kept me engaged and persisting through an acting career? And whether you're an actor, director, writer, whatever function, you fulfill within the film community, I believe all three things have to be a love of what you do. And I've always loved being an actress. It's always been my favorite thing. I had a long break in there when I got married and had kids, but once my children were grown, I didn't hesitate to jump right back in, and I have not regretted it for a moment.
All right.
Do it.
All right. Go.
Hi, my name is Jeff Brockton. I am a stuntman and an actor. I worked on Scream 3, was one of the movies that I worked on here at Crypticon, that I'm here for instance. I worked on Blade and quite a few other shows. I have about 230 shows I've worked on over 37 years. And I was asked my favorite three actors that actually helped inspire me as an actor and a stunt performer. I have to say one of the first ones was Jeff Goldblum. I actually was in his class. I took his courses in California originally, and his grounding and the idea that just be yourself and enjoy your craft and have fun with it was a huge idea for me. Dustin Hoffman was the other one, worked on Hero early on, and one of the most kind, lovable, easygoing, talks to anybody, just enjoyable person to be around a long time. And most recently, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I doubled for 7 years, and just enjoyed his demeanor. We actually mimicked each other. We're about the same age. We have the same relationships. We have, the same mentality when it comes to a lot of stuff, and just an all-around great guy. So anyway, I've had a great time. I'm so happy to be here, and this is Crypticon.
Go.
All right, top three. We're going with Mel Gibson, Braveheart days. Going Tom Hanks, Saving Private Ryan days. Unconditional or untraditional pick going to be Marlon Wayans Jr.
All right.
Tim Merkovich, Crypticon. All right, top three. Going with Mel Gibson, Braveheart, crazy inspirational. Tom Hanks, Saving Private Ryan, that opening scene, blew my mind. And then my non-traditional pick is going to be Marlon Wayans Jr.
Mm-hmm. All righty.
Hey, I'm Jensen Daggett. I'm here at Crypticon, and I'm here to tell you who are my inspirations for getting into acting, and they're very old school, because I was one of those latchkey kids growing up, so I came home alone, and I was alone all afternoon until probably 7 o'clock at night. So the women that inspired me were Carol Burnett, Lucille Ball, from reruns of I Love Lucy, and probably Bernadette Peters from The Joke.
Oh.
So other than the Friday the 13th, I did mostly comedy in my career before I had kids, and those are my three inspirations.
All right. Go.
Hey, it's Douglas Tate, and I've been acting for 31 years now, and there's been a lot of ups and downs, but the thing that keeps me going is just I love entertaining, I love making movies, I love the camaraderie when you get on a film or TV set and making art. And I'm at Crypticon Minneapolis having a great time.
Oh. Go ahead.
Hi, Mindy Sterling. I'm at Crypticon in Minnesota. And, I did a show here called Drop Dead Gorgeous years ago. So come on in.
All righty. Go.
Okay, so I don't know. You asked me a lot of questions. And the one thing that comes to me is people that I admire, people that are very close to my heart and that have always kept me and my mind together as opposed to, I'm losing it. And that is my son. My son is 24 or 29, sorry. And when I get really low and I'm not getting a part or will I ever work again or all that kind of stuff, my son will look at me very earnestly and say, Mom, do you know who you are? You're Mindy fucking Sterling. And I don't I mean, I take that in so much, and I just think that couldn't be any better coming from someone like him. He just says these things to me that keep me going, and I know how important we are for each other. So that's a big thing, and I really do. I have to think about it. Like, okay, so guess what? I did all this. I worked hard, and I'm Mindy effing Sterling.
All right. Go.
And and thank you, Crypticon, for bringing us out to Minneapolis. Great con. Good folks out here.
All right.
Crypticon for bringing us out. This is a good con. Good show. A lot of cool people.
Go.
All right. If I have to name top 3, I would have to say it's a hard choice, but I can say one, and everybody knows who Robert Englund is. But what's cool about Robert Englund, I personally know him, and the cool thing that he's been able to, the way he handles his fame and how big he actually is kind of inspiring, because he's still a pretty down-to-earth, normal dude. And considering, I've known a lot of actors, but none of them that are as big as him. He's like the modern-day Boris Karloff kind of thing. So he helped me be comfortable in being in this franchise because he was a very welcoming dude. And now that as I'm looking back, he's, like I said, just the way he handles himself now, it's pretty inspiring, even for myself, to be, if I was to ever become something bigger or whatever, I would try to be as humble as he has.
Awesome.
And other than that, I think that's it. I can't really think of any. I don't really have a favorite movie, but I have 3. When people don't. I love Aliens, the first one. That's like one of my most. For me, people go to horror movies, but when I was young, it was hard to go to an R-rated movie unless you were 18. And when the first Aliens came out, I had some older friends that were like, "Hey, you want to go check out this movie?" As long because I went with them, and man, it stuck with me my whole life, even today. The first Aliens was just a trip and scary to me, scary and interesting. You couldn't look away. You had to keep watching it because it's like, man, this is intense. And Nightmare on Elm Street 1 was a scary movie. It was a scary, not because I'm in the franchise, but I didn't watch it in the movies because it was just too crazy. We had this thing called HBO that came out. And so I watched The Warriors and Nightmare on Elm Street back to back to back, and Apocalypse Now, all these movies because in my day, if you missed it at the movies, you didn't get to see it. So then when cable came out, it helped a lot of us check out some movies. So I'll have to say that's it, man.
All right, go.
Hi, I'm Laura Park Lincoln.
Okay.
So I was asked, what are a few things, what are 3 things that have inspired me to stay in and keep going in the acting business? And that's not really hard for me to answer because I'm going on 49 years in the business, and it seems like 2 years because I found a job I love and I've been able to support myself and my family doing it. I also have an acting school in Dallas, Actors Audition Studios, and I love coaching actors. It is truly a passion. So I don't know where my book is. Maybe you can find my book again. No, I just sold my last book. I was going to show you, but it's called Get Started, Not Scammed, because there's a lot of scammy things in our industry, and you don't have to get stuck in it. So it's a passion of mine to coach that to new and seasoned actors. So I would say getting to see my pro actors, the ones that have studied and trained the most, get auditions and then book really big roles is really inspiring to me, because passing it on, and they're making their careers happen, dreams happen. And I think as a world, people, we need to find those dreams, we need to make them happen. And I'm kind of on a soapbox, but I am a coach, so you can live a creative life. You can do that, and you can make a living and support your family living a creative life. You may need some coaching, you may just need to do some reading on your own, but you've got to have a lot of drive, and you've got to believe in yourself because you're doing the right steps. You know, you got to know the steps. You got to be able to figure out what comes after each thing. But yes, you can live a creative life. I've seen it happen, and that, boy, when you open that up for someone and you see their passion start to work, that's inspiring. So that's probably the biggest thing for me. The next inspiring thing was a couple of the actors that I worked with on Knots Landing, which, if you're really young, that was a TV series I did in the 90s. And Kevin Dobson, who was a military vet turned actor, he has passed on, and Michelle Lee, who was like the star of the show. Michelle Lee, Joan Benart, Donna Mills, gorgeous. But Michelle Lee was incredibly inspiring to me. She does a lot of Broadway and theater work. She was a very giving actor, in that if the scene had more lines for someone else, she would prop them up and help you make the best scene, not try to be some glamour diva that you may run into. She was incredible. Now, Kevin Dobson was amazing to me, because my first couple of shows that I did for them, I had all this construction stuff going on at my apartment, and my poodles were outside, and these big construction guys were like, nails were flying, and my poodles were going crazy. And he said, "Laura, why don't you write about it and make it a funny sitcom or a play?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's so good. I can take this young married couple and I can write about the construction guys, and I can have her get pregnant and figure out how to, have the baby when she can't back out of the driveway because of the construction crew." But he inspired me to take small nuggets of ideas and turn them into something else. And most of all, he inspired me to stop complaining about it. That was a big one, because sometimes we fall into a complaining attitude and we don't even know we're doing it, right? And so that was important. Another inspiring thing. Wow, let me think about that one just a second. So many. I mean, people themselves are inspiring. Of course, getting a job, getting the booking, that's inspiring, all of that stuff. But I've got to quit looking at all these pictures. A lot of memories, makes me dizzy. Okay, let me think. Inspiring. Well, I'm a breast cancer survivor, and that was really, really bad. And it was stage 3 and double mastectomy, 17 surgeries to keep me alive. I had 2 children that are now adults, and my husband had passed away of cancer when they were just 2 and 5. So I couldn't let them become orphans by me dying. So I just had to work really hard through it, and it was horrible. It was a club I didn't want to belong to. I don't dig the pink ribbons. The whole thing. I didn't want to do it. But you either go through it or you don't, and some of that's back to the complaining issue. Try to find a way to work through it. Learn to take self-time when you've really got to rest, and try to find people that this is what I've done too, that are positive in your life, and maybe they are a few steps above you, either financially or creatively, or they have something going on that you also want, and you can learn from them. You can learn from other people, but you can also learn really bad habits from other people. So I think it's important to surround yourself with people that have a plan and that have a heart for you, that will help build you up. Because if somebody's knocking you down instead of building you up, they aren't a person that needs to be in your circle. Because some people are just in your life for a season of your life, and they go on while you continue and you go your way. So if someone's not building you up, they got to see the door. So, I know I'm kind of preachy. I am a teacher. I'm a coach. I work with trying to help people all the time. I love being an actress, and I've done it a long time, and I've learned through all the roles. And I know you can't, you know, it's also a numbers game. You can't believe, you know, you go on 2 auditions and you can't be saying, oh, I never get anything. No, you got to book, you got to do a lot of auditions, and you got to keep at them and keep getting better. So it's not a career that's easy, not for the faint of heart. But if the dream is in there, the dream's really in there, and you're passionate about it, there are ways to make it happen. Okay? So, oh, I forgot. I wanted to say to you guys, welcome to Crypticon.
Go.
Good. So the top 3 things inspire me to keep doing this every day. First one is competition.
All right.
I love to compete. I've competed my whole life. I've been told no my whole life, and I've never accepted that and just said, you know what, I'm going to show you. And I love playing against the odds. This is how I am. I love the underdog story, and actors are all underdogs, and this is what I've done. Because of that attitude, I've been relentless, and I've been incredibly blessed and successful. So that's one thing, the reason why I continue. The other one is I like being creative. I love the different characters that I play and how I can take each character, make them individual and different, using different types of voices, physical movements, all those things like that. So when you do that, any dialogue you have to say, it's all informed by that. So that's another reason. The other one, I just like making movies, man. I love that. I love making TV shows when they call action, and you're doing your due. It's the best feeling in the world.
All right.
Hi, I'm Ken Sagos. I was told to talk about what keeps me in this business. Number one is because I love it. I enjoy doing it. And, you know, I can't say who motivates me the most to be in this business, but I can say people, the fans motivate me. So I can't say a particular person because all of you out there motivate me by telling me how much you appreciate my work. And I will continue to do that. I like to believe that this art that I do is my best story. So I'm painting my canvas and wood giving me to paint it. So that's what keeps me in this business. I love it, I enjoy it, and I do it because simply it's what I want to do. And that's what you should do.
All right.
Do what you dream to do.